So one of the biggest skills that children like to learn in the gym is a bridge kick over, progressing to a back walkover, which then progresses to a back flip. If we can't do a bridge, we can't do a bridge kick over, and similarly a walkover or flip. They need good shoulder stability and good shoulder flexibility in order to complete these skills safely. So this is what we can work at home, so that when they come into the gym and they're in the safe environment, we can do the more progressive skills like the actual walkover and the flip progressions. So we're going to start off here with some shoulder strengthening and flexibility work. Ellie's head is going to stay on the mat and she's going to lift her arms behind her ears. And back down. So we keep going with these, and we might do 20 to 30 of these in a row, and then we're going to turn our palms to face the ceiling and lift similarly up behind the ears and back down. So then we're going to go into a Y, and she's going to lift the same thing, and we'll do a set of these. Then we would turn our palms out and lift, and then into a T and turn the palms up and lift. Excellent. Another really good shoulder mobility one is where she can start with her arms up here and circle her arms and back again. So with this one, she's trying to keep a really small circle and not do a very big wide circle, and then back again. She can also add in a lift to this, so she can do lift and then circle, back round. And this is all really good work for helping to strengthen up the shoulders. Shoulder mobility is also a really, really important part of bridge and back walkover. So just roll over onto your back, Ellie. So she's going to bend her knees up. She's going to push her ribs into the floor. So it's really important that she has a nice flat chest, pushing her back ribs into the floor. Her elbows are at 90, and she's going to do like a floor angel, trying to join her fingers at the top and back down. The key to this one is that she has to keep her elbow and her wrist flat to the mat. Off you go, Ellie. Excellent. And then from here, she can also do a set of 90-90s. She's going to keep her shoulders on the ground. Oh, see her shoulder lifted? So what she's trying to do is keep her shoulder and rotate her arm. Very good. Excellent. Very good, Ellie. Okay, so after we've worked on our shoulder strength and mobility, we can actually do some work on the bridge. So Ellie's going to bring her fingers right into her shoulders, feet together, and push to a nice bridge. So the aim in her bridge is to have her shoulders over her wrists. So if her bridge is not very good, just walk your hands out, you'll see this happening. If their shoulders are behind their hands, then trying to do a kick over, a walkover, or a back flip is not going to be very achievable. So they need to be able to get their shoulders right over. So in this, she can push the bridge at home and just do little rocks over her shoulders, trying to push on the flexibility in the shoulders. Super. Okay, so we know everyone enjoys doing their bridge kick over off their couch, so we're going to include it here. So you put your mat off the couch, scoot your feet right in and your bottom, and then we're going to push the bridge, and then she's going to try and push off into her kick over, and this will help with the bridge kick over to develop it. Okay, so this one also helps develop the flexibility for the bridge and also the back bend. So she's going to press her hips up against her couch, back to the mat and up. This is quite an advanced exercise, so what I would suggest is, if you're at home, if you could help your child doing this, so that you just put your hand at the back and they try and tip and come back up, as this is an advanced exercise. So another really important skill in gymnastics that we all know are the splits. So the splits is quite hard to do, and one of the main issues we find is hip flexors. So just kneel up there, Ellie. So your hip flexors are just here, and what we find is if these are stiff, then the gymnast can't do their splits properly. So we're going to do some exercises. So all you do is put your mat up against the wall in your house, and we're going to do some hip flexor stretches. So here's our first hip flexor stretch, and we just have our knees slightly away from the wall and our foot up against the wall. This knee is bent, she's keeping her belly nice and tight, squeezing her bottom, pushing through her hip flexor. And we hold all our stretches for at least 30 seconds. We can then progress this on by straightening out the leg. Good girl. Now from here then, she can slide down into her splits, keeping her foot against the wall, trying to keep her hips straight. That's it, lovely. Very good. Then she can come away from the wall and do the full split on the mat. So holding your splits for at least 1 minute every day is going to make them much, much better. Okay, so as well as our front splits, we have our side splits or our box splits. So a really good stretch to do at home is our froggy stretch here, and we're going to start with a single leg one with one leg straight and one leg bent. So what Ellie is trying to do here is keep her hips in line with her knee and her foot. So she doesn't want to be back here, and she doesn't want to be rolled forwards like this. So hips over, and she's stretching, and we're going to hold this again for at least 30 seconds. And then she can switch legs to the other side. After she's done both single leg, then she can do both the legs bent. Again, you can see Ellie here has her elbows on the floor, and she can also do it with her arms out straight. And then she can progress to the full split. Again, hips, ankles in line, and she can hold that for at least 1 minute.